The fight just wrapped up, man. It's time. It's time again. Insert the Adrian Broner meme, cause boy, he got cooked. He got cooked. I told y'all I've been a Haney hater in the past, Haney skeptic in the past, but that was a masterclass across the board. I think best performance of his career. He's a different animal at 140. He's different at 140, man. I'm telling you, he's different at 140. He was styling on him. He was styling on him. He didn't even have to turn it up to his highest gear, man. He was cruising, cruising. Usually in that switch stance, southpaw versus orthodox, you struggle with the jab, but his jab was on money. That right hand was money. He looked like Devin Haney looked like the 140 pounder fighting a 135er. He looked bigger. He looked stronger. He dominated at distance. He dominated in the clinch. He looked bigger. He looked more powerful against a Regis Prograis that has been a power puncher in the 140-pound division for a long time. That has been knocking people out at 140. And Devin was the one looking like the power puncher. Devin was jabbing him, right hands, front hand uppercut, backhand uppercut, left hook, check hooks going backwards. He couldn't touch him. Regis Prograis ran at 10%. What is it? 36 landed out of 363 thrown. Least amount of landed punches by a fighter over 12 rounds. That's the stat just pulled up. Least punches landed in a 12-round fight. He just styled on him, man. I had Devin Haney winning this fight, but I didn't know he was going to look that good. I didn't know that Regis Prograis was not even going to win a round, a minute, a second of the fight. There was not a single moment Devin was in danger. There was not a single moment he was hurt. There was not a single moment he looked confused. There was not a single moment he looked out of position. He drops him, hurts him bad. I think it was the 9th round. Hurt him bad again in the 9th round. Wobbled him multiple times. And the thing is, he's not just, landing punches over the guard. He was landing clean punches, which to me, I thought he was going to get stopped, because this wasn't like he felt him out for 3 rounds, figured him out, and then beat his ass. No. From the time they said go, round 1, Devin Haney came out more aggressive than usual. He was throwing the same amount in the first round as he was in the 12th round. I said, oh, he's different. He's different at this weight class. All these guys tell you that they, I'm weight drained. If I move up, I'll be better. And sometimes it works out. And sometimes, guys move up and they aren't as good at the new weight class. They're better at the lower weight class. But I think 140 is his weight class. And it's honestly kind of impressive how, it's kind of showing maybe the weakness of the 140-pound division. How guys moved up from 135 and exposed the 2 top guys at 140. Teofimo moved up, beat Josh Taylor. Haney moved up, beat Rougarou. And now 135-pounders are just taking over 140. And me personally, I want to see that fight. Now I want to see Teofimo versus Haney. But of course, that's never going to happen in boxing. We're going to get the long, drawn out road, build up the fight, build up their resumes at 140 until they get there. So I think we could possibly see Ryan Garcia move up to 140. I know they've had some wars. Ryan has actually beat him at the amateurs. Devin beat him as well. They've had back and forths, but at this stage in their career, I think Devin Haney runs through him like a buzzsaw. I mean, maybe Tank can come up to 140. Maybe Shakur comes up to 140. But man, I'm honestly looking at Teofimo they both have proven themselves that 140 is they're just as good, if not better, at 140. So that's the fight I want. And after seeing this performance, it's gonna be hard for me to favor anybody over Haney. Like I said, I was a Haney hater. I was heavy betting on Lomachenko. I was heavy on the you know, as soon as 135 started to get good, Haney ran away. Haney ran away from Shakur, finally started saying his name. Tank finally started saying his name. All the top guys were finally starting to say each other's name. And then Devin Haney runs up to 140. But hey, I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up. Because that Devin Haney tonight, I mean, comparing Devin Haney's performance tonight versus Shakur's last performance, who am I to favor Shakur after that last performance versus what he just did at 140 against a champion? Took his belt. First fight in a new weight class. Won every round. Now I will say, a lot of people in my live, the casuals, this is what I said throughout the fight. I said the only thing is he's still not going to get the, casual fan base that turns him into a superstar because he was not able to close the show. Now, me, as a real boxing fan, an absolute domination for 12 rounds is more impressive than a knockout. Tonight was a perfect performance from him. Nothing but level up, nothing but positives from me. But, of course, you will say, some people that will say, he beat his ass for 12 rounds. Why couldn't he just knock him out? He was never in trouble. He never had a threat coming back at him. Why couldn't he close the show? And that is really the only critique you could say on this fight. Is that to the casual fan, they'll just say, if he's so much better, if he could beat his ass every round, why didn't you just knock him out? Whatever. He looked powerful. He looked powerful enough. You saw if after a couple rounds, we saw that Devin Haney was dominant at distance. Regis Prograis' only chance was going to be make it dirty, get it tight, get it close, but he was landing punches, stinging him, where Regis didn't want to get close. He was getting hurt. He couldn't get close. So the fact that he couldn't get close shows that he even said it in the post-fight interview himself. Devin has surprising power, even more probably at 140. His cardio, he never was breathing hard. His cardio looked better at 140. Well, his cardio's never been an issue, but he looked better at 140. His chin looked better at 140. No punches ever affected him fighting a knockout puncher. And I'm just all around, nothing but praise for Devin Haney from me. Nothing but praise for me. Incredible fight. Incredible performance. And I personally want to see Teofimo. I want to see all the fights. But I also heard Devin Haney mention 147 in his future. And in my head, the first thing that came to my mind, I don't think he's going to fight Crawford. I don't think he'll go up by the time Crawford is still there. Crawford's in his late 30s. Maybe Crawford will be gone by the time he gets there. Spence wants to move up to 154. He won't be there. But imagine this. Two rising superstars in their 20s. Haney becoming the man at 140. Building his resume at 135, building his resume at 140, and eventually wanting to move up to 147. Imagine this. To champion Jaron Ennis. Imagine Jaron Ennis becomes that guy at 147. Devin Haney moves up. Haney versus Jaron Ennis could be a potential super fight years down the line. And that's the first thing that came to my mind when you said 147. And that is exciting to me. That is exciting to me. Man. Boxing's in a good space right now, man. What a year it's been. It's been a hell of a year. I'm a UFC and boxing fan. I love both of the sports. I think UFC has had some great years, but boxing got them this year easily. I think boxing got UFC this year by far, man. It's been a great year. The big names have decided to fight each other. We got how many fights? We got 2 or 3 Canelo fights this year. We got did Tyson Fury fight this year? Yeah, he fought in Ghana. We got that spectacle, and of course we're getting the Usyk fight coming up. Joshua fought. This Saudi Arabia edition is just bringing all the stars out. That's gonna be the next card. I'll have that on my stream. If you guys need a way to watch, if you ever need a way to watch any UFC fight, any boxing fight, any BKFC, any combat sports, anything, I'm your guy. Come to my channel on the day of the fights. I post my predictions and my picks, and then on my Instagram is your spot. DM me on Instagram if you ever need a way to watch the fights. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you, motherfuckers. Devin Haney, I'm shutting up because 140 Devin Haney is a different animal.